The first thing we have to do to make these fly cutters is we got to go to the birthplace of every part, which is when you cut the stock with this horizontal bandsaw. All that's going to do is cut it so we have the nice cylinder. It's nice and short and ready. And then we go deburr it. So, yeah. Okay, so, as you can see, the part has a lot of rough edges around it. What we have to do is deburr using this belt sander. Now, this is what I'm going to do to start it. We're going to go like this around the part, and it's going to make it look nice, like so. Okay, over here on my left, right here, is the deburred piece that I deburred. As you can see, it's just a cylinder, but with the finished product, we get a fly cutter. It looks nice like this. That's it compared there. So basically, we're going to take this cylinder and we're going to turn it into something that's very useful. And I'm going to show you how. This is a ProTrack lathe. What's a ProTrack lathe? It's a lathe. You cut cylinders with it. You help cut pieces and stuff. And the best part is it has a computer. This computer lets me run programs on the machine so I don't have to do everything manually. And this piece in here is being stuck out 2 inches. Next thing we're going to do is probably face it. And yeah. Also, Evan is pretty skilled in the programming industry, so we're going to show him programming. Okay, so what we got to do now is you got to set Z0. That's getting to the part and very lightly facing it. So now I'm here, I'm going to go to find, turn on the machine. We're going to come in very slowly. Okay, you can see that's pretty good. So we're going to come in the part. Looks like I didn't go in a little, so we're going to go in a little bit more. That's about as far as we're going. And we're going to face the part, which means we're going to make the front of it smooth. Like so. I'm going to go in very little at a time. Looks like I didn't face it enough, so we're going to go in one more time. Alright? There we go. There we go. That should be enough to face, so we want to make sure we get rid of all the rough edges. So I'm just going to keep going until that happens, and then we set our Z0. Ignore the crying screams of another machine in the background. Alright, so it looks like I still haven't gotten far enough yet. It looks like the face was uneven, considering how half the part is like this and not. So, I'm going to go one more time. There we go, that should be it. I'm going to do a little more detailing on the part, but if we go over to the computer, I have to get my part on. So we go to the computer, Z is 0. I'm going to do the same thing in X and a hyperlapse, and then we'll be all good. Okay, so now we got this piece done. We're gonna get the other spot faced out, all nice and neat, according to the print, as per usual. As you can see there. I got my program here. I say I'm pretty average at speed of programming. Evan's gonna for reprogramming, and now. Okay, so here I'm showing you why we need to do this. Basically, this program is going to take my rough edge and my lip. It's going to make it all smooth. It's going to make the part look really nice. It's going to give it a Conrad on the outside. These are very important because it makes the part look nice. It doesn't make it look like all weird like this, like the way the saw cut it. So I'm going to do another hyperlapse of the program that runs this. And then we'll move on to an engraving piece. So we can engrave our names in this. People will know who owns it. Alright, so using this very advanced lathe, over here is the numbers. It's over there, you put your piece in there and you run a program that allows you to change the code so you can engrave it. So it looks like this. Now I'm going to show you how to engrave this at a different spot when I'm finished with the actual fly cutter and I can engrave Maniac on the other side. Alright, so this is a Bridgeport milling machine. You do milling, of course, on the milling machine. That means we go up and down. The axis means that we're coming in like that. What we did is we had to, we took a stone from this box right here, and we smoothed everything down. We made this in there, we tightened these bolts, and we did something called indicating, which we use a special tool to make sure that the vise is straight with this. So that's what we just did, and we do that so that the part isn't all weird when we start milling it. And so what we're going to do right now is the next step in the process is that we have to make a 10-degree angle in it. So it's like leaning, so it's kind of like that, but like the rest of it's straight. You'll see. So we have this little plate here that's at a 10 degrees. It's like slightly leaning. And so we're going to put that in here. We're going to put a program that's going to mill it all down, and then we'll be good. Okay, so now we're back. I have the part at a 10-degree angle because we're going to cut an angle on it, like so. So basically, I've already set, if you look on here, we set Z0. I'm going to explain the program now by just going into program. So if we look, 0, 0, and it goes like this. Ignore that. It goes like this, it goes down, and it goes over. So that would be like, it goes here, it's going to cut like that, it's going to go over. I may or may not have a video about it. These metal chips might damage the camera lens though, so there might not be a hyperlapse for that. But nonetheless, that's what it does. If we go to the program, we go to begin. As you can see, it goes up, it goes over, it goes down, oh my gosh, and then it repeats, and that's it. So I'm gonna run it. Hopefully it works. Okay, when running the program, it's gonna do a repeat, and every time it does it, you're gonna go down a little bit on the quill, approximately negative. You're gonna go down by negative 0.05. When you do that, as you can see, I've done my first pass. I'm going to hyperlapse the second pass, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Alright, so we're back. And our, here. So basically what I've done is I've made it so the thing will focus. We're on the part right now. And I made an outline of what we're going to cut. We're going to cut right there. We're going to go down a little bit, and we're also going to cut a slit in the middle. So when you set your Z0, you have to bring this down to the part and then set Z. So we did that, and I made this little outline. What I'm also going to do is, the reason why we make the slit here is so that when we make the slit over here, we can put the cutter in. And this we're going to tap some holes into and put some screws in them so it actually works. So now I'm going to show you a hyperlapse of what one of these cuts look like, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like all done. Okay, we're back again. It's now Thursday. We are now at the point where, if we go over here, we need to add holes right here. And the reason why is because there's a slot down there where our tool will be. That's actually going to cut the metal, that tool, when we put it there. It needs to be held in. We're going to put some holes, we're going to tap those holes, and we're going to put some screws in them, and it's going to hold that tool in there. And what we're going to do is we got a center drill, which is this thing, to prepare for the actual drill that's going in there, to get in there. And then we use the tap wrench and the tap chaser to get to it. So I got a program set up here that Evan made, I think, with the teacher. And basically what it does is it's got the 3 holes in position, and it also gives us a program to go out and take out the tool. So let's speed run it. Okay, so now we're here for the last part of our process. So if we look at my part here, which is a little dent in it, what we're gonna do is, if you look at this part, there's this spot right here. What this does is it makes it so it's a bit easier to balance when it starts spinning, and it makes the tool a lot better in general. As you can also tell, it's also a different color. This is not because it is a different material, this is actually because we're gonna heat treat it so it doesn't rust and it gives it this nice color. That is the example of the final product. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna hyperlapse me cutting this down, and I'm gonna show you either how we're heat treating this next or how we're installing the tool. Alright, so this is the last part right here. So basically, once you're done with all that, clean up a little bit with a file. Make sure it's all nice and smooth. What you're gonna do is, you see these holes? They're gonna hold in this tool right here. So first I'm gonna add these screws using this. We'll be right back with that. Okay, so now if you have them like this, using the Allen wrench, so now what you're gonna do is, if you have a tool like this, I'm not gonna sharpen it for this, but what you would do is you would sharpen this tool and you'd put it in here, and I'll show you where you put that in, and then basically you put that in like in that slot. Tighten these screws. I'm going to show you what that looks like, and then that'll be the end. So now, as you can see, the tool is complete. The tool is all that Allen wrench screws. All those screws are tightened, and the tool's in there nice. And so now you can put this in the truck and it will spin. And yeah, that's it. See you guys in the next video.